All right, everyone. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Happy Sunday. It was almost looking as though we're not going to have this class. Okay. I'm sorry. The network was just, I don't know what it was doing really. It was about the last minute, and I had to call my girls, my tech gurus. They like to call themselves that. To help me see what's going on. Thank you. Good evening for waiting. If you've been waiting, that is. My name is Formula Akitola Williams. I am the lead coach at the Informed and Reformed Teens Academy. The Informed and Reformed Teens Academy, it is an online mentorship academy where, by the grace of God, we have a curriculum that we run your girls through to ensure that they grow to become profitable adults for God and for themselves and for you. Yes, and today it's a Sunday, and I hope you went to church if you're a Christian. I did. I had a good time with the teenagers, and then they saw another side of me today. Okay, so today I'll be talking about something that's very, very, very important that we've been shying away from, or that we've not been paying as much attention as we ought to. And what is that? I'll be talking about things that disenable girls. What do I mean? Things that don't allow girls reach their full capacity, things that don't allow girls reach their full potential. And if you're a visual learner here, just know that it's a thermal wear I'm wearing, okay? Whether it's cold or even with the heat and everything, sometimes you just want to really keep your body warm. So please do not be distracted, okay? It's just my thermal wear. All right, that being said, can we now go on to the conversation of the day? I said there are a lot of things that disable our girls that doesn't let them reach the peak of their capacity, that doesn't let them do the things that they should do, that hinders them. That's why I call them disenablers. It hinders them, it disturbs them on their journey. And I feel that if you have a look at these things, then we'll begin to look at how we can help our girls more. So we're going to go talking about 10 of them today, and then I'll be preferring things to do to help them, to ensure that nothing hinders your girl. Your girl wants to soar, your girl wants to fly, so that we're sure that nothing is hindering your girls, nothing is disturbing them. They are moving at the pace and at the level which they ought to be moving. So, what are those? There are so many, but these are the ones that are really, really key. And then, if it's not taking these things are all about this evening, and it cheats your girls out of that they ordinarily should have. So please, I want you to pay attention. If it is one that resonates with you, if it is two, whatever it is, like I always say, if it is one of these things I talk about that you pick and do, there will be a friend. And in a couple of years, you will see that the gap will be so evident. The number one enabler of your girl is lack of life skills. Lack of life skills, whether soft skills, whether hard skills, whatever skills, it is a major disenabler of your girls. Please, it's disempowering. That's the word. It's disempowering to your girl. Oh, do we have someone that can do this? I cannot. Do we have someone that can do this? I cannot. Is there someone that can do, skills, whatever, all forms of skills, whether soft, but especially soft, please. Can we also focus attention on soft? Because this generation, they're going to thrive more on using the technology, on using the media, on using all of that. So can we give our girls the advantage so that when they have a phone, the only thing they're not, the only not thing your daughter is going through on phone is Instagram. That's the only thing. Facebook, Instablog, and all of the things that she has no business, even watching. So please, soft skills, hard skills, look at your girl. How is she did? What are the things that are easy for her? A lot of people are so gifted with their hands. And somebody like me, it's not a course, it's not a core gift for me, but I've seen girls that they do amazing things. They churn out amazing things with their hands. Can we develop all these things? Can we give them life skills? Can you give them all of the things that they need to navigate their way in life? Please, it's a disenabler. If everything your girl has is just ah a physical appearance and that is it, that's a major disenabler. That's like shortchanging your girl. I am sure that's not your intention. So please, parents, can we begin Teach life skills to them. All those ones that you know, all those ones that your parent taught you, can you pass them down? Can you hand them down? Those are life skills. And most especially, for you to even know which particular life skill is going to be suitable for your girl, you have to have been watching your girl. You have to have been looking at that. What's going on with her? What's easy for her? What's not hard for her to do? What are the things that interest her? What are her hobbies? So when you begin to look at all of those things, and you begin to say, oh, okay, these are the things that I could actually help my daughter to focus on. So, dear parents, please let your girl have life skills. Life skills, of course, is not limited to just soft skills. Also limited to skills that they need amongst themselves, amongst girls like them. Let them know skills. Let them know what happens. Let them not be caught unawares. Something happens and then your girl is lost. She doesn't know what to do because there's no skill. So, and you know what? All of the things I will say, teach them at home, work with them, do with them. You're in the kitchen, let them be with you. All of this is to build skills that they will need even beyond your home. Because, of course, if there's something I have said on this series, it is that you're not raising your girl for your home. If everything you're doing is so that your girl can be good in your home, then you're failed already. You're raising your girl for the world. So, the skills that she needs, the grit, the resilience, what are the things that will bring it out in her? Those are the things that you need to be working on. And that's why I said you need to work on all of these things with your girls. Don't assume them, don't assume skills, please. And know what? Never be ashamed. If there's something that you know that your girl is not hasn't caught, please don't gloss it over. Don't wish it away because it's not going to happen like that. It's only going to happen when you teach it deliberately or when you give her opportunity or avenues to learn it. If you don't know it, can you look for a way to help your girl? Because see, what happens when you're not there to say, okay, this is what you do, this is what you do? Then is your girl able to move? Is your girl able to navigate her way? So please, and I've seen girls that they lack skills. They do not know how to do anything. I mean, practically nothing. You have to like go back to like you're teaching a toddler. Trust me, it's not a pretty place to be. So, parents, I want to encourage us today. Let us teach life skills to our girls. Let us teach them how to talk, how to be, what to do. Let us teach them. Let us teach them things that can make them survive. That's what they call life skills. Please, anything that can make them so that will not make them pray easily. That will not make them look like the odd one out easily. Then everything is happening. Everybody's, and then everybody's wondering, why is she not catching up? So please, dear parents, let us teach life skills to her. And how do you do it? You have to expose her to options. That's how to do it, to see which one interests her. Give her options. They say there's a training where they are trying to teach people girls how to do something. Please put that there. It will cost you your time, it will cost you your money, but at the end of the day, you'll be the better off. Because you'll be not at when you're supposed to be resting, you're not wondering, you're not thinking, oh, is my daughter okay? Is my daughter able to take care of herself? So I give them options. That's what I mean. Give them options. Let them explore. They say, oh, there's an opportunity for girls to do. They say, no, I don't want her to mix with. Really? But she goes to school every day, she's mixing already. She's mixing already, whether you like it or not. So how are you making sure that she's not overwhelmed? How are you making sure that she's not drowned? Because see, anyone that lacks life skills is already disabled and disempowered. You don't want that to be your daughter. You don't want that to be your girl. So I urge you, I urge parents, please teach these things. The things that helped you, the things that shaped you. Only that do it with intentionality now. So your girl has a phone, okay? She has a phone and then she has an internet enabled phone. And something as simple as a Canva design, she can't make it. She can't make it. And then she has a phone. What's the phone for? She has a laptop. And something as simple as slides presentation, she can't make it. Something as simple as, oh, do a flyer or do a voiceover. These are things that, but she has a phone and then she has internet on that phone. So what's she doing with it? Do you understand what I mean? Those are soft skills. There are a lot of things that is coming up right now. Editing, and these things they're not gender specific. They're not assigned to a particular gender. Look at me right now. So I have to pay someone to do my graphics. Do you understand? And I'm thinking, I have three girls. Why am I not teaching them? And it's okay. You know what? Let's start with you. And we started. And like gradually from slides, and then we're moving on to graphics, gradually. So these are skills that your girls will need, whatever it is. So you look at your girl, you look at where her strength lies. I've said it so often. So please don't raise consumers. That's what I'm trying to say. Everything they do is consume, consume. They're not doing anything. They're not thinking anything. They're not bringing anything out. So please, dear parents, life skills is very important. Any girl without skills this day, and it could be also soft skills like speaking. Can you fine tune it for her? Can you put her in a school for public speaking? If it is what's the word now, culinary skills, can you start on time so that she has the advantage? That's the point. That's when you are now being an advantage to your child, to your girl. So please, dear parents, I encourage us, don't let us assume these things. I was sharing in church that I was sharing about assume parenting. Don't let us assume that we're doing what we're supposed to be doing, but rather be doing it. So any skill that will help your girl not to that. So you say what are life skills? Whatever will not make your girl feel trapped. Whatever will not make her feel um um like she has to do something, compelled to do what she doesn't want. If she has her own skills, she doesn't have to feel that way. So those are life skills. So dear parents, let's begin to get on these things. The next thing you want to teach your child, another thing that is discerning, and I told you how to help her. You have to expose her to options of things to do, options of possibilities. You have to expose your girls. Don't cocoon your girl. Please don't. The world is too big. The world is too large. That for you to cocoon a girl. When you're cocooning a girl, you're not doing her any favor. You're shielding. That is helicopter parenting. You are like this. You're overing. You are just there. You're not letting her explore. Give her options. You're not parenting her for your flat or for your duplex or your mansion or whatever. So please give her options. All right. The next thing that disable girls, it is the lack of imagination and creativity. Lack of imagination and creativity. Girls have been stereotyped to think that, oh, I want to go to school, I want to come back, and I want to get married. I want to have babies. It is fine, it is beautiful. Marriage is honorable, marriage is beautiful. But please, I hope you understand that if that is all your girl is living for, then that is her living below calling. Because there is something in her that the world needs. There is something in her that the world requires. There is something in her that is for the good of our generation. So if you're not letting our imagination go wild, if you're not letting our imagination flow, where will the creativity come from? Where's it gonna come from? So please, is a disenabler. You're already short changing your girl. If every time you're talking to her, I want you to go to school so that I can come back, so that I can see one good man to marry you. Good men will marry our daughters because we are not slacking. But beyond good men marrying them, what are they contributing? Are you aware that that is the essence? Well, that's the essence of our being here. We're not here on this side of the earth to just live for ourselves, to just do the things that we want, to just please our own selves, and at the end of the day we just die. That's not why we're here. We're here so that we can contribute our own quota to God's design. We can contribute our own quota to the moving along of the universe. So begin to sell this things to your daughters. And you're not just here to fill up the ecosystem. I say that to the girls around me all the time. You're not balancing the ecosystem. That's not what you are here for. You are here for a reason. You're here for a purpose. So let them understand these things. You have to open their mind to what is possible. Let them see. Sometimes they don't know what's possible until they have seen it. They don't. Open their mind to what is possible. The amazing things that people can do. Open their minds to it. And how are you going to open their minds when you also do not have an idea? So please, can you check documentaries? There are a lot of beautiful documentaries on Netflix that you can work together with them. It's opening. That's part of mind opening. That's how the creativity becomes opened. So let them understand that because really, things are possible. Anything is possible. I said to my girl, whatever it is that you have thought of, go and write it down. That's one thing. Write it down somewhere, because for that thought to come through your mind, it is to tell you that it is possible. It's a possibility. So please, girls are so unimaginative. I know. Do you know that if you open the imagination of your girl in the right way, even you'll be amazed. Have you seen them? You know why? Because they have the power of the dreaming. A girl can sit like this, and then she's imagining how that boy is going to talk to her, how that boy is going to make her feel, how that boy is going to say, "Oh, do you understand?" Imagining silly things. So can you not begin to use that power of imagination for something positive? That's what I'm trying to say. So please, it is disabling when you are asking a girl that should be thinking in future, in a girl that should be thinking in solutions, in bringing respite, in bringing relief to people, and then all that girl is thinking about are the mundane things of life, are the mundane things. Open their mind. And how do you this? Because you already know that once your girl lacks imagination, once your girl lacks creativity, your girl is disempowered already. How do you do this? Let her watch what is possible. Show them people that have done things. I've said this to us a lot of times. I said, go on your social media, look at the people that you're following. If they're not people that are making things happen, please unfollow them. It's important because your daughter is watching. Last week we were talking about your daughter becoming who you are becoming. So how and then that brings me back to us. How imaginative am I as a parent, as a mother of a teen girl? How imaginative am I? How creative am I? Sometimes I see something is happening and I'm thinking in terms of resources to create in my head. That is how I think now. They're saying, oh, girls are struggling with this. There's a new one now. There's a new one that they say girls are, and I'm already thinking, okay, how do I begin to create? What do I create to address this? That's how to think. That's you opening your imagination. So that's what you teach your girls to. You need to teach them. Don't assume that they know. Don't assume that your girl knows. How are they going to know? Have they been here before? Have they been born before? So please, dear parents, when your girl is not imaginative, when your girl is not creative, and you know what? Another thing that we do, when the girls are even trying to be imaginative, we shut it down ourselves. We say, what are you even talking about? Is that what I sent you to school to do? Your girl is trying to say, oh, mommy, see what I'm thinking. She's just there thinking it. And you shut it down. Can we not shut them down? Let their mind soar. Give them options. Let their mind expand. Let their minds expand because there is so much that everybody can do. I've seen the girls work, they work miracles with things that I can't even use my hands to piece together. I'm like, whoa, this is great. And I say, this is what I see you girls doing. So what you now need to do is to fuel that creativity, fuel that imagination with resources. Things that they need. It will cost you. If it's going to cost you, yes. If it's going to cost you, cost you your own personal effect, it is worth it. Trust me. What are you trying to do? You are trying to show them what's possible. You are trying to show them what is possible. So please let them watch what's possible. There's this show that I've forgotten the name now, but young people come on the show and then they come and do amazing things. Is it in craft? Is it in art? Is it in whatever? Anything is possible as long as their mind can. And you know what? Because they are young, because they're not pressured, already with the burdens of life, they're able to let their mind soar. They're able to let their mind. They are able to free their mind. They're not choked with the affairs of life already. So can you not choke them? With all of your own worries, with all of your own insecurity, and all of your own fear, can you not use it to choke your girls? So please, I beg us parents, any girl that is not creative, any girl that is not imaginative, that girl cannot produce. That girl cannot make impact. It's as simple as that. As I was talking to my daughter, as I was praying for this, I said to her, I said, the resources in this book I'm holding, I can write more than 3 books on it. And I've not even sat down at all. So you need to help your girls. You need to help them in this regard. Knowing that any girl that is not imaginative and not creative is disempowered. And how do you help her? You need to let them watch what is possible. Let them see what women have done. Let them see what women have done. Let them not be that the only thing they are saying is the women are getting battered, getting abused, getting slapped, getting kicked. Let that not be the thing that your girl is exposed to. There was a lady that died at the time, very young Nigerian lady. She was a pilot. It is a possibility. Am I saying your daughter has to be a pilot? No, I'm saying that your daughter has to know that she's free. She's free to think. She's free to imagine. And whatever she's imagining, can you encourage it? Can you fuel it? Can you fuel the passion of your daughter? Can you not? Excuse me. Can you not shut it down? That's what I mean. When I read the story, I said, what? I think the girl was just maybe around 22 or 23 or something. She's late now. Can you imagine? But somewhere in history, her name is there. Somewhere in history, her name is there. As someone that came at a very young age, she did what she could, and then she left. None of us knows how long we really have on this side of eternity anyway. So please, lack of imagination, lack of creativity, it's a disenabler. And please, how do you help them? You help them by letting them see what's possible. I have seen gifted hands. I cannot count. I've seen it again and again and again with the girls, even though the man telling the story is a man. But that's to say that it is a story. That means if it was done, that means it's possible. If anything was done, it means it is possible. So please let them know. Let them know that there is option. Let them know that they are limitless. That's what I'm trying to say. And they have to see that. They have to see that in you. Not that you're shutting them down. They're trying. You're trying. Your girl is trying to draw. Say, what have you even drawn? It's not. No, that is you trying to shut down her creativity. Let them explore. Let their minds roam. The next disenabler of a teenage girl is lack of discernment. Is a major disenabler. It has cost me personally. I can tell you that. Lack of discernment. They're not sure. They don't know. This is where the God angle comes in. Whether you're a Christian, whether you're a Muslim, please, you must teach the God perspective to your daughter. Your daughter must be able to hear from God by herself in whatever way. And how do you hear? In your book of instruction, the Quran, the Bible, in teachings, in readings. That's how your daughter can hear. There's a girl that lacks discernment will make too many blunders. And you have just said it to you now that it cost me big. But can we not repeat the same thing? The God perspective. Take it serious with your girls, please. I used to tell my teenagers back home, I said 3 a.m. in the dead of the night, and you are there. Who are you going to call 3 a.m. and life is life in at 3 a.m. if not God? I used to ask them, and they'll go, oh, mommy, you are right. So 3 a.m. or 12 a.m., your best friend will sleep. And really, there's only so much a best friend can do. So please, lack of discernment is a major disenabler. It's as though your girl is cut off from what is really important. Because let me tell you what she will do. God forbid, there will be wrong choices. And of course, we know that the consequences of wrong choices are very, very disastrous. So let your girls know your God. There is no sugarcoating this. It's a hype. Everybody wants to form hype, but I don't want to be hype. I want to be that woman that's able to lead her daughter, that's able to let her daughter know God. I don't want to be hype. No, that's not my target. My target is not to be hype. I'm the most sociable, the most whatever. No, but is my daughter able to know God for herself? Am I able to introduce God to my, the way so that your daughter can pray and say, the God of my father, the God of my mother. So it's a major disenabler. Trust me on this one, please, dear parents. Lack of discernment. She'll just make choices. She'll just make decisions. She's not sure. It's too costly. It is too costly. Go and ask. The cost is unbearable. The cost is unbearable. So, dear parents, let's not assume these things again. Enough of assumption, enough of thinking, after all, she goes to church with me, or after all, we do the Muslim prayers together. Does she have that connection? And you will know in the things that she says. You will know in her convictions. You will know in the things that matter to her whether she has that connection here. So if she doesn't have it, so if it means that you have to go back, because you never can tell when she'll be needing it. I never can tell where you will be when she'll be needing it. Lack of discernment is a major disenabler of girls. A major. That's why you see girls. How is it that they say they carry girls and use them for rituals? How? They say they carry them, they cut the breast. How? Why didn't that thing tell her not to go to that particular party? Lack of discernment. Why that thing not tell her that friend with bad influence? Lack of discernment. Why did that thing tell her that this person is supposed to spend you want to spend the rest of your life with will cause you a lot of pain? Lack of discernment. You will know these things. So that's why I said that it is very costly. You can't even afford the cost. So please, the best thing to do is to not let it happen. So please, lack of discernment is a major disenabler because every second, we're making choices. We're making decisions. So, what is the basis of the decisions of your daughter? What is the basis of the decision that she's making? What is the basis? So that's really the question. That is really, really the question. So, dear parents, please take this thing seriously. Don't assume. That was the assumption that Eli made. For if you're a Christian here, you have read of the story of Eli. Eli assumed that because he's a prophet, his daughters, his sons, Ophni and Phineas, they will just turn out okay. That was the assumption that Lot had. That after all, he was also he was also righteous like Abraham. Then he also assumed that his girls would turn out okay. But go and read their stories. Ophni and Phineas, they were sleeping with the girls at the front of the church. Why? Because their parents assumed that they had a relationship. And Lot also assumed, I was still sharing it in church today, and Lot also assumed that, you know what, he has a relationship and my daughters are good, forgetting that his daughters had been exposed to so much negativity in Sodom and Gomorrah. They had been exposed to so much evil in Sodom and Gomorrah. And then what happened? That evil had found its way into their life. So he was not discerning, they were not also discerning. And then they drugged their father, they made him drunk, and then they slept with their own dad. Where did they learn it? Where they were coming from? So lack of discernment is something grave. You don't want to joke with it. And how are you going to help your daughter in these words? Please teach the God perspective through your own life. Let your daughter see your total and absolute reliance on God. Let your daughter see your total and absolute dependence on God. Let us see how you follow God. Let us see how you love God. Let us see what you do, so that you are teaching you are teaching and not saying. Then do not assume that because you are even doing that she's saying it. You have to sit her down, ask her what her convictions are. Have you seen girls that are telling you that they can't wait to leave the house so that they can be free to explore the world? I've seen girls say that to me. And these are girls of, pastors, people that you thought, oh, this. They couldn't wait. They can't wait to get out of their parents' homes so they can go and do whatever they want to do. Trust me, I've seen. Have you not noticed? They tell you that, oh, some of pastors, some of big imams, oh, they're always very troublesome. What did you think happened? Lack of discernment. It's a disenabler. And that how if not, how will a child that was raised in the way of God, and everything, and then goes to school, and then starts clubbing, starts doing all sort of things? How is it even possible? How do those things happen? How do they happen? It's the disenabler. So tell me, how a girl that is that distracted, how is she going to chase after her destiny? How is she going to chase after her purpose? How is she going to chase after her impact? So lack of discernment is a major disenabler. And I've told you what to do to help them. You have to teach the God perspective. Don't get tired. I said to my daughter, I said, you have seen me. It is that God or it is God. The next thing you want to teach, the next and another disenabler rather, is lack of grounded values. See how I chose the words, grounded values. Lack of grounded is a disenabler. Your girl is doing like this. Should I be? Is it purity or is it purity or should I not? She's not sure. It's a disenabler. She will fall. The value is there and it's not there. The value is there and it's not there. What's that? The value is there and it's not there. You're not sure. She's just doing like this. Everyone comes and says, this is the one that's not there. And she goes, blah, 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 blah. Every another one comes and says, this is the one that, and she runs again. Lack of grounded values. If you want to be hot, be hot. If you want to be cold, just be cold. But you can't afford to be in between. It's dangerous. It's a dangerous place to be. Lack of grounded. I've told us these things. Please ask your daughters, what are the things that are important to you? And ask it with a mind of no judgment, no condemnation. That living with this thing, don't judge thing. You just want to guide. That's it. You want to guide. But if you're going, am I not teaching you? Please, that's not how to do it. That's not how to do it. That will not achieve anything. She'll just climb up. They're experts at climbing. They are experts at climbing up. Teenage girls, they can climb up. She'll just climb up totally. You're wondering, is it the same girl? So, dear parents, please, lack of grounded, be sure, and let your daughter also be sure that she truly believes what she says she believes about her value system. If you're watching me, please put that in the comment section. Be sure, and also let your daughter be sure that she truly believes what she says she believes. Because you know what? Time is coming to test those values. Circumstances is coming to test those values. Friends are coming to test those values. So what's going to happen when she's being tested? Remember what the Bible says about when you fall in the day of adversity, that your strength is small. And that's why you're wondering, but I taught you these things. And that's the mistake most of us make. Yes. Let's call it what it is. No judgment. Just our, so I will do better. They taught us now. They taught us when we were at home. But when you get to school, no premarital sex, no this. They taught us. But because the values were not granted, they were not ingrained in us. We still went out and did what with the things that we did. So can we not do the same thing? Can we not repeat the same mistakes? And how are you going to achieve this? How are you going to ensure that your daughter is not cheated? How are you going to ensure that your daughter is not disenabled? Depending on what your values are, let them be grounded. Keep teaching and keep living it. That's the only way. Keep teaching it, keep living it. Because if you are being hypocritical, they will know. Then whatever it is that you are saying will not hold water. If you're being hypocritical, your daughters will know. They will find you out. They will find you out. They will know. And then you will lose footing. Totally. Keep teaching, keep living it. And give opportunities to test it out. Give them opportunity to test their values. Oh, should they have said one of my values is whatever it is that it is that the values of your daughters are. Give her opportunity. Let her go to a friend's house. Let her go to a colleague's house. Let her go to a place where, to see how ingrained, how grounded she really is in the things that she really says is important to her. This is very, very important for parenting a girl in this 21st century. Our values have to be grounded, because if it is not, the pressure out there is real. Adults are falling. How much more a teenage girl? The pressure is real. These things that these girls are facing is real. So expose them to things that will also consolidate and solidify what they really believe in. Give them communities that will consolidate and solidify what they believe in, so they don't feel too alone. Give them. Girls need communities. I've said this over and over and over again. So that she's done, just like that. What's that prophet in the Bible now? He says, "Oh, I'm not better than my fathers." He thought it was only, you understand? He thought it was only prophet of God. So every other person, he thought that they had bowed down to Baal. That's what he thought. Was it Elijah? Is it Elijah? Is it Elijah or Elisha? I'm not sure. And God said, "Go and sit down. You're not the only one." Imagine if there had been a community of prophets. Imagine there had been a conglomerate of prophets where they come together and then they pray together and then they hold hands together. I'm just using that as an example. Don't let your girl feel that she's the only one thinking purity is cool. It is draining. I know how lonely that journey can be. That journey of wanting to stay pure, I know how lonely it can be. Trust me. So don't let her think she's the only one trying to be on that journey. I want to be pure, I want to be, or whatever. I'm just using that example because that's really important to me personally anyway. Don't let her think she's the only one. Give her a community. Other girls that are like her. Other girls are not thinking in terms of sex, in terms of their body. Other girls that are using their head. Other girls that are using their brain. Give her that community. Dash her that community. That's one of your legacies to your daughters. And only then can we, these values that we're talking, only then can it be grounded. The Bible says that faith comes by hearing. Let her hear. Don't stop talking it. She's in that community, they're talking about it. Or whatever it is that is important. That is the only way to not be disempowered or disenabled, as the case may be. Because don't forget, your daughter is just not here to live for herself. Just like we're also not here to live for ourselves. So if you are now disempowered, if you are now disabled, how are we going to run the rest of destiny? It's going to be very difficult. It's going to be very tedious. So don't let your daughter think she's the only one. Oh, I'm the only person. Every girl in my school, they are piercing their nose. Every girl in my school, they are pulling their belly buttons. Every girl in my school, they are going to nightclub. Every girl in my school have a date. Every girl in my school have a... All of it is pressuring, trust me. So help your girls. Give them a community. Also teach and also live, because they're watching you. They're watching. And then the next thing, another major disabler on how to help them is the lack of mind strength. Lack of mind strength. Their mind is easily like this, like grounded values. So it's gonna flow. If the values is not grounded, it's easy for the mind to be shifted, isn't it? If the values is not grounded, it is easy for the mind to be shifted. And most girls, they lack that. They lack the strength of mind. They lack the strength of character. And that's why a girl says, oh, I'm not going to do this. And she still finds herself doing that same thing that she says she's not going to do. Why? The mind is weak. The mind is weak. Lack of mind strength. It's not physical strength. It's not in the blow. It's not in the physique. It is in the mind. No, I'm not going to do this. Because why? It goes against my grounded values. Do you see how it flows from one to the other? So, dear parents, the work is on us. How do you help your girl? So that this is a disabler. She's thinking, oh, should I? And they're really wondering. It's enticing. Because why? Every girl is on it. And don't forget, your girl doesn't want to be left out. To forget though. That's why that community is very important for her. Your girl does not want to be left out. They said there's a camp for girls. You're saying, yeah, please take them. Take them. Isn't this a training for you? Say, oh no, they're saying they're teaching them the same thing. Have you forgotten that is how things get imprinted upon the mind? The law of repetition. Have you forgotten? I've been enrolling my daughter for more than 3 years, no, 3 years now, consecutively. I've been enrolling her for what's this course now? Sex education for Gen Zs. For the past 3 years, I'll keep doing it until she's a teenager. And when she's 14, 15, I'm putting her in an academy where she's learning things about relationships or whatever. Why? Because you can't afford to do things the same way you did. I can't afford it. I can't. So please, dear parents, mind strength. And what are you doing? All those, you think it's a repetitive class. Okay, let it be repetitive now. But what is happening to our mind? Our mind is being strengthened. And don't forget, you act according to what is here. Right? Is that not what the scripture says? A man talks, speaks out of the abundance of his heart. So a man behaves out of what his values are. A man talks, a man thinks, a man behaves out of what his values are. So that is what happens. Lack of mind is a major disabler, and that is why you see girls sincerely, they really don't want to do that thing. She really want to have that sex because a girl, her friend just say, I know now, you're the only out fashion. What's the word now? Old fashioned. It's better that I rather be old fashioned. I beg. In her mind, she didn't really want to. How many of the things that we didn't really want to really? And you know what? You should be able to relate because you were also once a teenage girl. The things that you didn't really, after you finished, you felt bad, you didn't like yourself. So what says that's going to be different? Is that going to be any different for your girl? It's not going to be any different. If anything, it's just gotten worse. If anything, it's just gotten worse because even your own pressure is not as much as what your daughter is faced with now. They don't really want to do that. They don't really want to, do all of the misbehavior. But what is the strength of the mind? How strong is the mind? How strong is the mind? And now you're going to help your girl. Please expose her to readings, expose her to books. When you are, it looks like I'm saying the same thing. Well, this is where the life is. I've said it severally. A girl that is reading, a girl that is implementing what she's reading, even little. You can't compare the strength of her mind to a girl that gets her ideas and that gets her thinking, that gets her whatever from people, from friends. You can't compare them. The conviction will be different. Like me, there's some things that you can't take away from me. Why? Because I got them from practical, from reading people that have done it and it has worked for them. So I'm not going to listen to any opinion. So that's how to help your girl. It's a disabler. Lack of mind strength. Their mind is easily swayed. They're easily pushed here. What if pushed there? This will come. So the question really, for how many come here, come there, will your daughter really listen to? If she's not grounded, that's the problem. And if we're not careful, this thing now translates into deeper things. it translates into deeper things. So how do you help them? Expose them to books, expose them to positive people. Please, if you as much as leave any negative um adult influence around your daughter, please yank it off. Don't make excuse. Don't be apologetic about it. Yank it off. Then the person comes and say, no, it's not really bad. She can actually have a boyfriend. Really? Except that's what you believe. But if it is not, yank that adult off the life of your daughter. She doesn't have a person like that. Because you're trying to build mind strength here. And here you are telling your daughter that, okay, you date only when you're preparing for marriage. And somebody is coming here to say, it's okay, she can have a boyfriend. Really? That's confusing. You're sending double signal. So what are you doing? You are disabling your girl by yourself. So expose her to positive people. Expose her to, some people say, no, it's okay. And they just give excuses for all of these things. It's a disabler. Lack of mind strength. Your girl is not able to say no and stand. Are you aware that no is a complete statement? Is a complete. She doesn't have to say. She doesn't have to give excuses. She doesn't have to say I know because I don't want to. Yeah, no is a complete statement. So whoever now needs further elaboration can now ask. She cannot say no. She cannot say I'm not comfortable with this thing, and that is it. And somebody's trying to, somebody's trying to sugarcoat it and say, no, you know what, it's not really as bad as you think. And then she begins to go, really? For example, there's some things that I will never do, no matter what. Because I know. But that's me. It's taking me years. It's taking me years to get here. Your daughter is not there yet. So please, can you help her? Expose her to books. Expose her to positive people. Expose her to things that will give her strong mind, because she's going to need it. She's going to survive in this 21st century. This mind that are pushing all sort of immorality, pushing all sort of lies, pushing all sort of, and then they are justifying it. Have you been seeing what's online? And they're justifying their nonsense. Your daughter's mind is going to need to be strong to be able to pull through that kind of assault. Because it's assault, mental assault everywhere. Bah, bah. Another major disabler of girl is perpetual fear of missing out. Perpetual fear. Some girls, they live in that fear all their lives. You don't want to miss out. That's why that ashwabi that you cannot afford, you have to buy. Why? That's why that latest lace, you must have it. Why? Even as an adult, you're still living in that fear. As an adult, what is must? There's nothing that is must in this life. The only thing that is must is this air that we breathe and then the associations that we have. All of those other things that we say must is a lie. It's a lie repeat of it. It's a lie. The one I will attack this evening again is gele. Who says you must tie gele? Who? I'm not gele. It's beautiful. I love it on people, but it gives me headache. And now, thank God, I've seen solution. Zara cap, big boss. Oh, I was telling my daughter, say, I will never tie again. I will never tie again. I will never tie gele again to rapture. It's a joke, but I don't know what that, because really I've not tied a gele in more than 10 years and I've not died. So all of the must is a lie. Who told us? So as an adult, you're still fearing to miss out. So imagine how, I'm just giving us examples now, so that you can imagine how difficult it is for your girl to really say no as well. And see why that is a disabler. I told us disenablers is whatever hinders your girl from stretching, from reaching out, from being everything she is supposed to be. It's a disabler. You have to help her. She doesn't. Your girl doesn't want it though. Let me tell you how. Let me tell you. The other just yesterday, the girls were supposed to go somewhere and sleep over there, and then come from there to church. Initially, she's my younger, and the youngest of them had said, "Oh, I'm going to wear my shoes up on this thing," and somehow The other one said, okay, someone, I don't know how they arranged it, and I just saw the three of them wearing sneakers. And somehow that sent me a message. This fear of missing out that we're saying, you will not understand it until it is really staring at you in the face like this. And you know what? As simple as that was for me, I said, wow. So they all had to wear sneakers. And you know what? That is the state that your daughter will be in up all through teenage. So you want to see the kind of what I have to wear if she's now doing that with the wrong crew, the wrong company. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's a thing. It's a big thing for girls. Disenabler, a major one. Girls don't want to miss out. So they're not even thinking. So they've suspended the thinking part of their prefrontal cortex is suspended. They're not thinking. As long as you see what everybody is doing, they're just jumping on it. Fear, perpetual fear of missing out. Who says? Who says? Apologies to a lot of things, but I have just like what's all of this stress? Oh, I can do everything, but I'm not gonna be under compulsion to do things that, do you get what I mean? They say you have who says you have to? What is the meaning of you have to? I don't know. The only thing you have to do in this is to be kind. All of the other you have to, I don't understand it. I don't know where it's coming from. No, you have to look a certain way. Really? Oh, you are going to a particular place. Oh, this is how you have to. Really? Am I dressed decently? Am I modest? Then I can enter anywhere. People that are really big, people that I've seen them how they dress. You know, I was watching Mama from Kedejuma yesterday, and I was looking at the simplicity of it. I said, this is a woman that is a multi-millionaire in naira and in pounds and in dollars. And I said, what is all of these problems that we have given ourselves? This I have to, I must to, I have to. It's a disenabler because you won't focus on your own race. You have to help your daughter. And how are you going to help her? You have to provide positive alternative. Provide healthy alternative to that. That thing that she must provide alternative to it. That is a party. And can you provide your own in-house party, or can you go to your own park, or can you think? How can I make this things easier for my daughter? How can I make it easier for my daughter so that this perpetual she's out of it until she's able to have her own ground, or she's able to stand on her own, so she doesn't run into the wrong things. That is the problem, because a lot of times the things that they are so afraid of to miss out on are evil things. That's it. The binge these days, I see girls, young girls, young girls, 16, 17, 18. I see them. And you see them, they sit down they sit down and they do competition of who can tip in the most alcoholic beverage. Spirits, girls, 18. I'm never able to understand this. And then for the girl that she tries to say, no, they call her, oh, she's not. She understand. And it's a thing for girls. Why? That's the developmental stage where they currently are. You are the one that will help your own girl. Perpetual FOMO provide healthy alternatives. You have to think. I also think, okay, what am I gonna do? After that, I don't believe in secondary school dating. I don't believe in anyhow dating. I don't believe in casual dating. I don't believe in recreational dating. Okay, so can I date them until they're really ready? Yes. As a man, date your girl. If you don't have husband or whatever, look for another responsible adult, another figure, father figure. Let him date your child. And if the father is dead,